As we move toward the dawn of the 21st century, our country is going through a transition. A new world order, a new world order, a new world order. A new set of challenges is confronting us, both domestically and abroad. It will take some time to sort our way through it.
The historic role in trying to make sure that there is, after all, a new world order.
And the phenomenal opportunities before us to create a real new world order.
George Bush has invoked a new world order without enunciating a new American purpose. The president has still failed to articulate clear goals for our nation's foreign policy in this new age.
And after 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
This criminal government cartel doesn't recognize borders, but believes in global governance and rule by corporations. Global governance and rule by corporations. American soldiers have fought and died to win and keep America's freedom. And now Hillary Clinton wants to surrender that freedom to these open borders, open trade, and a world government, and a world government, and a world government.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you are the president of the Council on Foreign Relations, all right? Yes, sir. You guys toy with countries of the world like toys. You guys toy with countries of the world like toys. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You're like the Illuminati, you're the Masons, you control everything, don't you? You're like the Illuminati, you're the Masons, you control everything, don't you? You're like the Illuminati, you're the Masons, you control everything, don't you? That's the rap on you guys.
What's so interesting now, though, is who's on the chessboard. It's the toys, if you will, are a lot more than states. The toys, if you will, are a lot more than states. A lot more than states.
Thank you very much, Richard, and I am delighted to be here in these new headquarters. I have been often to, I guess, the mothership in New York City, but it's good to have an outpost of the council right here down the street from the State Department. We get a lot of advice from the council, so this will mean I won't have as far to go to be told what we should be doing and how we should think about the future.
We all talk about a new world order, about what the Clinton administration's foreign policy will be, what the so-called new world order will look like.
We will continue to consolidate the goodwill which we are receiving from other capitals in the world. And again, I should say that there is now a transition to a new world order. There is now a transition to a new world order. There is now a transition to a new world order. And those who don't see it, they are blind, they are blind, they are blind. We in Zimbabwe realize there is a transition, and we must ride on that transition to the new world order, the vision that is coming up where Africa as a continent is going to play a big role. The vision that is coming up where Africa as a continent is going to play a big role.
A new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
All of those conspiracies have now been laid to rest. There's nothing conspiratorial about it. It's all published.
Behind Gorbachev, also member of Club of Rome, said, "We are moving toward a new world order, the world of communism, and we shall never turn off that road." He also quoted in 1996 Monetary and Economic Review on page 5, "The environmental crisis will be the international disaster that will unlock the new world order, one world government." In 1992 came the Earth Summit, which produced the document called the Earth Charter. This document was co-written by Maurice Strong, long-time globalist, elitist, member of Club of Rome, and Mikhail Gorbachev. Both Strong and Gorbachev stated that it was hoped that this document would be adopted as the new 10 Commandments, with environmentalism as the new one world religion. Out of this summit came Agenda 21.
As I've told you before, because I love it so much, they also created the Great Seal of the United States. And that Great Seal of the United States has on it, Novus Order Seclorum. A new order for the centuries, for the ages, forever.
2009 is also the first year of global governance, with the establishment of the G20 in the middle of the financial crisis. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet. The climate conference in Copenhagen is another step towards the global management of our planet.
Out of it came a new Europe, a new world order, a new consensus as to how life should and could be lived, a new consensus as to how life should and could be lived, a new consensus as to how life should and could be lived.
And really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis. There's a need for a new world order. There's a need for a new world order.
The affirmative task we have now is to actually create a new world order. Create a new world order, because the global order is changing again. And the institutions and the rules that worked so well in the post-World War II era for decades, they need to be strengthened.
The way we're going to win over the long term is not just militarily. We've got to win over hearts and minds. We've got to win over hearts and minds. And what that means is we've got to invest in countries that have no educational infrastructure, have no means for young people to get ahead. We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see. In creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order, in the New World Order, in the New World Order. And yes, it will be pubs and clubs and other things if we have a positive case there.
Prime Minister has this morning confirmed the COVID strain now spreading in New South Wales has come from Victoria.
This is a world pandemic. It's a 1 in 100 year event. So you can expect that we will have transmission from time to time, and that's just the way it is. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. That's just the way it is. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. We've got to accept that this is the new world order. That this is the new world order.
Australia's former ambassador to China, Jeff Raby. Now, you've written a book about Australia's future in the new world order. Big question, how do you see us progressing?
Well, I think we have to move away from the situation we're in. I have 2 chapters at the end of the book in a section called Australia's Dystopian Future, because I think we need to be realistic about this. The outlook for Australia in foreign policy and diplomatic terms is incredibly challenging. We don't have a unipolar order led by the US, which shares our values. We're going to have to operate in a world order where power is shared amongst many states, including many that are authoritarian. So the situation we're in now, though, we're in a hole. And as they say, when you're in a hole, stop digging. I think there are ways we can move forward with this relationship with China, And it's a matter of really trying to identify common interests and basing the relationship on it.
And that's what the New World Order is. So we're leading by example on social distancing with this.
1 in 5 Americans is about to be living under a new world order as New York joins California and a growing list of US states preparing to effectively shut down.
And those people who have been yelling, oh, the UN's going to take over global
Conspiracy theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right.
Conspiracy theorists.
They've been crazy, but now they're right. They've been crazy, but now they're right. They're right. They're right.